What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, legendary, retired, iconic superstar boxer, 50-0, the man known as Money, Floyd Money Mayweather Jr., turned promoter and CEO of Mayweather Promotions. Floyd Mayweather, he addresses who is superstars within the sport of boxing. Is undefeated two-time heavyweight world champion British superstar boxer Tyson the Gypsy King Fury? Is he a global superstar in the sport of boxing? Is undefeated two-time unified heavyweight world champion British superstar Anthony Joshua? Is he a global star in the sport of boxing? And Floyd Mayweather said the answer is absolutely no. They are superstars in the UK. I always say this. Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, they're big fish in a small pond. The UK is a very small pond, okay? The UK is smaller than the state of Texas here in the United States. So with that said, we have guys like Deontay Wilder, former Olympic bronze medalist, former heavyweight world champion, American superstar boxer. He was successfully defended the title 10 times. He was a 5-year reigning champion in the sport of boxing, and he's a big fish in a big pond, meaning that in the United States, it's a much bigger than it is in the UK. To be a star, a superstar in the UK is not the equivalent of being a superstar in the States. So Floyd Mayweather, he goes on to say, Tyson Fury is not a bigger star than Logan Paul. He says, actually, there's no boxer in boxing currently, as is constructed, bigger than Logan Paul. He says, and I'm retired, so this doesn't mean that I want to box. So he says, who can I match myself up against currently in the landscape of boxing that's a bigger star than Logan Paul, not named myself, and Manny Pacquiao? And not even Manny Pacquiao, 8-division world champion, legendary, iconic superstar boxer, Filipino superstar boxer. Not even him, because I already beat Manny Pacquiao. So who could you match me up against? Currently, the way boxing is constructed, that's a bigger star, or at least as big a star as I am, like Logan Paul. So he says, one thing I don't agree with is he says, you look at Tyson Fury social media, and you look at Logan Paul's social media, he says, Logan Paul's social media is far bigger than that of Tyson Fury, right? He says, Tyson Fury, again, is a local superstar, meaning that he's a superstar in his own backyard, right? He's not global superstar, right? And I disagree with that. When you say that, his social media, social media does play a part to a degree when you're talking about guys like Logan Paul, right? Because Logan Paul is a global star because of YouTube. You understand? YouTube is a global platform. You understand? Boxing is it's a global sport, but it's not the most popular sport. Boxing is a much bigger popular sport in the UK than it is here now in the States, okay? So with that said, YouTube is global platform, right? It touches and reaches countries and places that you never dreamed of, that you don't even know are tapping in to your platform. That's the difference, okay? When you're looking at YouTube. Now, Tyson Fury has 4 million in social media following, okay? Compared to that of Logan Paul, okay? Logan Paul, again, like I said, when you have YouTube, he has 18.9 million social media followers. So that's the difference because, for one, Logan Paul made his name and his niche on YouTube, and YouTube, again, is a global platform. So the sport of boxing is not global. It's a global sport. Everybody boxes, but it's not the most popular sport everywhere. You can make yourself popular on YouTube, as Logan Paul has on YouTube. Okay, is where you can make your name even bigger than anything else. So Logan Paul on YouTube has 22.9 million social media followers on YouTube. Okay, so you combine that with his social media, over 40 million followers. You understand? And the fact that his YouTube platform that's global is bigger than his social media platform, meaning so now he's touching more people via YouTube. They're watching him than anything. So in his business, when you compare boxing just for Tyson Fury and YouTube sensation for Logan Paul, it's not close. It's not comparable. You understand? So with that said, I explained that this is not Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua is not the biggest fight in the world. It's the biggest fight for the UK. It's an interesting fight for hardcore boxing fans, but it's not globally the biggest fight in the world. What it is in the UK it's interesting because there's a lot at stake. You have the fight taking place for Undisputed. So the fact that the fight is going to take place for Undisputed makes it a very interesting and intriguing fight in other places outside of the UK. In the UK, it's a massive showdown because you never had two heavyweights at the top of their game going for Undisputed coming out the UK. It was always the UK versus somebody else outside of their platform, outside of their country. So with that said, now you have two guys that are from the UK that makes it enormous in the UK. But the biggest super fight in the sport of boxing is not Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. And Anthony Joshua is a close friend of Floyd Mayweather, as he states. But at the end of the day, the biggest fight, the super fight in the sport of boxing is undefeated, unified WBC, IBF, welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, Earl the Truth Spence Jr., and undefeated 3-division world champion, who's former junior welterweight undisputed world champion and the currently WBO welterweight world champion, who is widely considered by many to be the number one pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Terrence Bud Crawford. And Errol Spence is considered top 3 pound-for-pound fighters in the world in Earl the Truth Spence Jr. Some has him at number 2, some have him at number 3. Some have 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, who currently is the unified WBC, WBA super middleweight world champion, superstar boxer, Saul Canelo Alvarez at number 2, and then Errol Spence at 3. I personally have Errol Spence at 2, and Terrence Crawford at 1, and Canelo at 3. You have guys like Eric Morales, who states that Terrence Crawford and Eric Morales is a 4-division world champion, the first Mexican to become a 4-division world champion. Eric Morales is a superstar, iconic Hall of Famer. He has Errol Spence at number 2 and Terrence Crawford at number 1, and he has Canelo Alvarez at number 3. So that makes for the biggest fight because these guys are both undefeated. They're both in their absolute prime of their careers. And it would, if should Errol Spence fight Yordenis Ugas in his next fight, who's a WBA welterweight world champion, and capture that belt, then Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence will be for Undisputed. Okay, so that makes for the super fight. That's the biggest fight in the sport of boxing. Now, Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury is a huge fight in the UK. It's an interesting fight outside of the UK. Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, with everything surrounding itself, not to mention there's still an arbitration. They went to mediation and arbitration, and essentially Deontay Wilder's holding up that fight because they've yet to still announce the fight that they told us it was going to take 2 weeks to announce, and we are going on 3 weeks now. Deontay Wilder seems to be derailing that fight. That trilogy would be a bigger fight due to Glovegate, due to the allegations coming from Deontay Wilder, due to Tyson Fury saying it would be a fair fight in a trilogy match. There would be so much surrounding the third fight that it would be bigger and eclipse Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. The implications for Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua to the UK makes it bigger in the UK. But globally, the biggest fight would be Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder in the trilogy. So there you have it. Floyd Mayweather lets it be known. Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua are only superstars in the UK. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Raw. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.